Hey guys, it's Jess and I'm excited to create with you live tonight. I am going to be using Simon Hurley's new line again because I love it so much. So I've got all of the inks here and then the products that I purchased as well. So I bought most of this collection. I did one other live stream on Monday night where I played with all of this. And I will show you the cards that we created there if you're interested in seeing those. But I got 2 background stamps, I got 3 stencils, and I got 3 of the giant 6x8 stamp sets. So I've got all of those as well as the whole collection of 12 inks. Hey Georgia, hey Dee, how's it going guys? I am excited to create with you guys again tonight. I was just showing the collection. Hey Lisa. Oh Simon, hi. We're gonna have a blast tonight. So I decided that I wasn't done yet. I have so many more things to create. And so I wanted to I don't know, just experiment some more and see what we get done. So like I said, I ordered almost the whole collection. I got all of the inks and I got 2 background stamps, 3 stencils, and 3 of the large 6x8 stamps. So we've got lots of things that we can play around with. Hey Jen, hey Melanie, hey Penny, hey Stacy, thanks for joining you guys. Melanie, I do like the inks, yes. They are awesome and they're good for a whole lot of different things. So they are dye inks, they react with water, and I can show you some examples now actually of some projects that we started in my last stream using the inks. So this is just a straight stamping. So I used my Misty to stamp this one, and that is the Woof ink. So it's the gray. That's just using the Misty stamping straight ink. This one is kind of an experiment. So I just sort of smushed around some ink on my stamp itself. So it's the rubber background stamps that I was using from Simon's line as well. I just used some ink and smushed it around, spritzed it with a little bit of water, and then put the impression there on my cardstock. And then we got this really cool watercolor sort of look without really any effort at all. It was super easy. And that's kind of the most awesome thing about an ink, right? If it's easy to use and you get awesome results, it's a winner in my book. This one I think I may have started working on after we were live. But hey Dawn, this one I used the Painted Stripes background stamp in Woof, and then I used a stencil brush to kind of just brush on some color here, so that I got sort of a distressed look. And then I used that thing from Ranger, the little paper distresser thing, to kind of rip up the edges a little bit. So I don't know, I kind of like how that looks. Looks a little neat. So I like that. And then I'll show you guys the cards that we made before we get started. So this is the one that we made during the live stream last time. Dee, you will not regret it if you get these inks. I love them. They're awesome. And I was showing you guys this the last time. The cool thing is they kind of have this little nesting ability. So see how it has this little groove here? If you stack them right on top of each other, they're not going to move around. Like you can jiggle it back and forth and it's not going to go flying off the other pad. So if you have limited space and you need to stack them, you can do that without having to worry about them flying all over the place every time you open your drawer. They do blend really well. I did an ink blended background. So this card we made in my last live stream. So we Copic colored the little guy from Dudes 2. This actually started out as a color swatch, this background. I was just stamping out all of the colors. And then we used the I Made You a Card to finish it off. In the background there, we used the Painted Lines background stamp as well. So they do blend really well, Dee. And here is my example. I haven't shared this one, so you guys are getting a sneak peek. This is my ink blended. This was my literally very first attempt at ink blending with the new inks. So my answer would be yes. I felt like I didn't have to work at it at all. They blended really smoothly. And I think I even said that during the live. I was like, oh my gosh, they're like butter. So they blended really, really well. It was super easy to get this gradient of color, and I don't have any harsh lines. It's awesome. So for this one, I actually used the, hold on, let me pull it out so you guys can see it. I used the Space Training set. So you see you've got all these individual letters. Hopefully the glare is not too bad. I'm having some trouble with my lighting. Okay, so you have all these individual letters up here. Oh, Georgia, you guys are so cute. So you've got all the individual letters. I actually stamped these on white cardstock and then I cut them by hand because I'm a glutton for punishment. And so I cut them all out with scissors, like by hand. I can't believe I did that. But I thought the effect was really cute. So I just popped them right on top, and then I used that little sentiment down at the bottom, to the moon and back. So I thought this was a cool way to show off that while these are very trendy and very popular for cards for guys, cards for teens, things like that, you can still make elegant cards with it as well. It doesn't have to be only one sort of card, and I think that's really super cool. This is kind of what sets things apart for me. Yes, I do. Hold on one second. I just realized that I never put it down below. Hold on one moment, please. I actually have one all ready to go for you. Give me one second. Anyway, so the cool thing here is that you don't have to worry about only being able to create certain things with a stamp set. I feel like this gives you a really good variety of things that you can achieve with a single stamp set, or just even a couple stamp sets and these inks. So there is a huge variety. And then, I don't know, I just think it's really great. Hang tight for 1 second. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to let you look at this card too. I'm going to set this one aside. So here's the 3 cards that we've made. There is that. So this one I just shared on my Instagram today, actually. And it is featuring Dudes 2 and this little guy from Space Training as well. So it has the little characters down here at the bottom, and I just popped them out of the side there and went to town coloring them up with Copics. Oh yeah, totally. I just thought it was so cute, Simon, and I can't even believe how versatile all this is. I kind of set out thinking like, oh, I'll only be able to do, you know, X, Y, and Z with it, and then I'm really pushing myself to try to use it in different ways so that people can see that there is a lot that you can do. Okay, I am almost done with this, and then all we'll have to do is just refresh. And then everything should be up to date for you guys. Sorry about this. I should have been more prepared. Okay, so that should at least get you started. If you refresh the feed, the link should be down there. Otherwise, you can either, in the chat, you can type in exclamation point Ranger or !scrapbook.com or !joggles, and I think all of those places sell Simon's line. I'll put it here. Scrapbook. Oops. That should work. I'm still experimenting with this bot, so pardon me if anything goes weird. Okay, so now that that's done, let's create something. Okay, so we've got our cards that we made. Like I said, the Copic coloring, I just used the sentiments there and put them on the bottom, had the little critters poking out of the side because I thought that was cute. The other thing that I really want to do is, sorry about that, Tracy. It's not your fault. It's the bad programming of my bot. It is, that's that darn period in scrapbook.com. So if you ever want scrapbook.com, you have to type out .dot. It's really irritating, but for whatever reason, that's a thing. Okay, so the critters, what I want to do, and I probably won't do it tonight, but what I want to do is I want to make a fence somehow, like with a wood plank, and have these little guys peering over the fence, and I'm going to add little paws so that they each have a little, like they're gripping the fence or whatever. I just think that's so super cute. So I'm excited. Traditionally, I think the idea is that you've got this little astronaut helmet here, and you can put in their faces. You can either use the little boy here or any of the little critters, whatever you want to do. And you can put their faces inside the helmets. But I just wanted to show that you could use them in a different way as well. Okay, so is there anything that you guys want to see? I've heard a lot of people asking about ink blending. Do we want to do a little bit of ink blending to get started and then kind of move on from there? We can make a background out of something. I'm going to let you guys kind of lead me in the direction because I want to do what you guys want to see. So if there are particular things that you want to work with, let's do that. Yes on ink blending. Okay, cool. All right, so I've got the whole line of inks right here. Oh boy. So we've got Woof and Gur, Triple Berry, and Clear Skies. Remember Me. I hope you can see all of these. I want you guys to pick out some colors that you want to work with. So the last time when we were live, we did Rosy Cheeks and Over the Moon and Triple Berry. And that is this combination here. So this is Triple Berry up top, Rosy Cheeks here in the center, and then Over the Moon down here at the bottom. So we know that this color combination works really well together. We can also do any other sort of combination that you guys think might look nice or anything you guys want to see. While you are thinking about that, I'm just going to grab some blending pads and hopefully we have some right colors because I forgot to go to the store and get clean ones. Go me. All right, so I've got my ink blending tool ready to go. I've got some cardstock. Oh, Tracy, for sure. I like using things kind of out of the box a little bit. Clear Skies and Overzealous. All right, so we've got some cute blue and green. Any other color you want to throw in there? We could probably maybe either add a pink, maybe a pink or a yellow. All right, I'm going to throw these over here so that they're out of the way while we create. Simon, if you're still in here, I just laughed so hard earlier today because I was just scrolling on on social media and I got a notification that your mom started following me on Instagram and I just, my heart was warmed. It was so cute. I was like, oh, that's Simon's mom. I thought that was so adorable. Okay, let's see. So we've got, do we have a green one in here anywhere? Oh, I do. All right, I've got a green little guy there. And what did we use for Rosy Cheeks last time? I think that's the one we used for Triple Berry, but I could be wrong. Maybe that one? I don't know. It really doesn't matter too much because the color doesn't transfer a ton. And if I wipe it off at the beginning, usually that's enough. Yeah, Simon, I just laughed. I was like, that is adorable. Okay, I'm going to get my media mat. It is extremely dirty and like dejected. I have not been kind to this poor media mat, but we're going to make it work. It still blends perfectly, even though it's been a little worse for wear as far as my treatment of it goes. Okay, so I've lost my ink blending tool. Here it is. All right, so I've got ink blending tool. What do we want to do? Do we want to do kind of like a random background or do we want to do a gradient background? If we want to do a well-loved D, I like that. That's a good way to put it. So the cool thing about these ink pads, you guys, is they are a felt ink pad. I actually really prefer this type of ink pad over a foam one. And the reason is when I use a foam pad, it gets like, especially with a stamp, it sinks down a lot and then the ink gets in all the cracks and crevices of your stamp and it's really hard to clean. And I actually also have a hard time applying a good amount of ink, like not too much and not too little, to my ink blending tools with the foam pads. Could just be user error, but I prefer this type of ink pad because it's got the firm top and it just seems to me that I have better luck blending with this kind of ink pad. So what I'll do to get started is just come in the corner and you can see that we've got that awesome bright and concentrated color, and then it fades out as we go towards the edge. I'm just gonna sort of apply it in a random pattern. I'm gonna do probably like 3 spots of ink blending, and I'm not working hard to try to like make a seamless blend or anything. I kind of want it to be, like, see how I've got like a lines here? That's totally okay. That's because my ink, my foam blending tool, or pad I should say, is not actually full of ink. It's new, and so it has a harder time going on even, but that's okay because I want to show you how nicely these still blend even when you get those harsh lines at first. So don't throw it away, don't start over. It'll still turn out okay, I promise. What am I doing? I almost put that green directly into my blue. I don't think it would have really done any harm, but still. Okay, so you can kind of start off, especially if you want a little bit of a muted color, if you don't want quite as dark of a color coming in on the side. So what I'm going to do is come in on the edge, and I'm going to blend right over top of my green so that you can see how those colors work together. So there's my little Nightbot giving you guys awesome reminders about following me on social media. Sorry if the camera's jiggling a little bit. I think it's touching my desk today. I try to keep it kind of off of the desk so that it doesn't jiggle around too much, but sometimes it kind of works its way in there. Okay, so you can see in the areas where I'm going over top of the green, it's blending and kind of making an in-between shade. It blends really easily. I don't feel like, I don't know, some inks you really have to work at it to try to get an even blend or a blend where it actually looks like the colors work together. Sometimes they just don't blend. That is not the case with these. You don't have to work at it. You just kind of blend right over top of it in any old sort of way. And then you've got a really cool, this, I almost want to use triple berry instead of this. I think I'm going to do that because this reminds me of peacocks or something. I think I'm going to change my mind. I want to use triple berry instead because I think it will look really cool. Yes, it's like no effort and it blends really well. It really does. All right, let's use this little guy for triple berry and see what happens. I don't know why, but this reminds me of a peacock. Ooh, look at that. Cool. And I'm not going to work too hard at trying to get my green and purple to do anything because they probably won't look super great together if I try to blend them too much, but you can see that they're not creating mud even though I'm blending them over. I like that color together a lot. This would actually make a really cool space background, probably. If I don't think about it too much. You guys know how I overthink things a little bit. That's really cool. I like this color combination. All right, and then I will also show you guys how they work with water as well. So once we get done with this little bit of blending here, we will go ahead and mix them up with some water so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna add a little bit more purple over here, kind of blend it through the middle a little bit there. That's really cool. Okay, so do we want to stop there and do some effects with water, or do we want to turn it into some sort of galaxy background? You guys let me know what you think, and then we will go from there. I don't know why, it just reminds me of a peacock. I guess the blues and the green, I don't know. An aurora borealis, that's true. Like the northern lights or whatever. That is really cool. Let's see. I'm gonna get some water ready in case we decide we want to do that. So I've got my water. I've also got my splatter brush. So we're good there. Okay, the cool thing about this, and you can't really tell anymore with this card because I covered it up with the floral background. This one is called Flower Garden, the background stamp. But when we originally ink blended this in the video, I splattered it with water and it shows up super well, especially on the triple berry. And then obviously as the lighter the color gets, the less you notice the water, but you can't really see it as much now since I covered it up, but you'll be able to see it again here. So what I'm gonna do a combination of things actually. I don't want to waste this ink that I put here. So what I'm going to do is spritz it with a little bit of water like this. And then I'm just going to put a clean piece of cardstock directly into it. And it's super soft because it's not a ton of ink. And I did dilute it with quite a bit of water. That's perfectly fine. This is just a way to not waste the ink that you put down on your craft mat, and then you can continue to build colors on this. So as this dries, you can use it again to mop up colors, and since this layer behind here will be mostly dry, you may get a little bit of blending, but it will also build some more intense color on the top. So I just like to do that. I don't like to waste things. You guys know I like to use every drop of everything I can. So then I'll just set that aside to dry, and then the next time we have some leftover ink, I'll pick it up again with this, and then we'll get some really cool backgrounds that way. I really like that because it makes it so that you kind of get more bang for your buck, if you will, that you don't have to create a separate background. You just do your, you're doing your own thing. You would have just wiped it up with a paper towel anyway, but now we can do something with it. We can create a second background, which is awesome. All right, so I'm spraying just a little bit of water onto my craft mat. I like to, I don't know if this is how you guys do this. Probably not, because this seems like an odd way to do it, but it's what I do. I could probably keep a little jar of water on my desk, but I am afraid I would knock it over, so I try not to do that. But I just spritz a little bit of water on my media mat. I use this splatter brush from Ranger, Tim Holtz line. It's the Distress Splatter Brush. And then I just kind of pinch the edge here and then slowly let it go. You can do it as fast or as slow as you want. And then it just kind of sprays that water all over the place. It flicks and splatters it for you, which is really super cool. You get a really natural looking effect. Like it doesn't look like you were trying too hard, which is always my problem. Like the controlled splatter is what I need in my life. This really helps me. I find that I like this better than like trying to tap the paint brushes and things like that. This just gives me better results. So you can see here how the color is changing and reacting with the water. I hope you can see it anyway. Let me bring it up a little bit closer. Hopefully you can see that. My shadows are a little bit dark up here, but see here, you've got the water droplets that are reacting there, and it just gives it a really cool texture. I really, really like the way that that looks. All right, let's go ahead and clean up our water. And then we can talk about what we want to do. Do we want to set this one aside to dry and then do some more ink blending, maybe with another color? I don't know. I kind of want you guys to let me know what you want to see. I want to show you whatever it is you want to see with this line. I am a huge fan. Obviously, I can't say it enough how impressed I am with this line and how well it works. So I'm excited to just be playing with it and doing all the crafty things. That's a really cool background. I don't know. That's really neat to me. Okay, let's set that over there for right now. Oh, that's okay, Sue. Is Daniel still on? I didn't know he was live. I'm having a hard time with notifications lately. I have not been getting notifications for a lot of people. So I need to figure out what in the world is going on with that. I don't know if it's like a YouTube thing or what. This one has some, oh, he's finished. Okay. Always love to see the magic of blending. Yes. All right, so here all I'm doing is just testing to see what is on this ink pad. So it's got, some of them I used in a class that I taught, and so some of them are a little bit dirty. But other than that, they're okay. But I just like to try it on the, see, it's got like some dried ink bits and stuff. I like to test it out first before I start trying to blend with it to make sure it's not going to, I don't know, get too gross or anything. Should be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Bee Sting first, and then I think I'm going to go in with Traffic Cone, and then maybe Slippery When Wet. I want to see what these will look like together. This Bee Sting is such a cool color, you guys. And Obviously, these are not super traditional color names, which I think makes it all the more charming. um, I really, really like the clever names, and Simon has said in a couple of his videos that Woof and Gurr are named for his dogs. Those are not actually the dog's names, but I just thought it's so endearing to kind of hear a backstory behind the product and why they're named a certain thing, or kind of like the story behind how the product lines come together. It's fun to hear me say it. Yes, bee sting. I just think it's so fun. Like, when else are you going to hear names like that? I feel like too often I don't know, it just is, it's really refreshing to see something different and fun, something lighthearted. I definitely appreciate that. Oh, red's your favorite color? Well, this is perfect for you then. All right, we're gonna come in with traffic cone next. So in my opinion, so it's an orange, but it almost has kind of like a peachy sort of tone to it a little bit. So you can see that it works really well with the red, but see, it's got kind of like it's definitely orange, but it's got almost like a peachy sort of tone to it. I don't know, I really like it. Oh, I like this a lot. I'm gonna blend it up just a little bit because I've got a little bit of a light spot in the center there. Oh, that's so cool, Simon. That's awesome that you guys did that together. It really is cool to see and hear about the backstory and kind of how things come together. It just makes it more special, I feel like. Let's see, what do we got here? This one has like a kind of a dirty spot in the middle, but like I said, the ink is not coming off, so I'm totally fine with that. All right, so let's also use Slippery with Wet, Slippery When Wet. Good grief, if I could say the name of the color correctly, that would be a good start. Now, Simon, this one, Slippery When Wet, is this like those little foldable signs that say like wet floor and slippery when wet? Is that the inspiration for this color name? You got Bee Sting, certainly. What other? Clear Skies. Remember Me, I love the name of that color. Yes, okay. That's so cool. All right, so you can see that I'm kind of blending up into the traffic cone color here, and it's giving me like a nice in-between color of that orange and the yellow. It almost looks like I've used 4 colors, but I've only used the 3. So that's really super cool. How awesome is that? Bon Jovi. No, this is, it's definitely not felt. Although I've had them for a couple months, but these are like spongy. They're like really soft. I'm not sure. They are different than ones I've used previously. I will definitely say that. Oh, Penny, I didn't know that. I mean, I know me some Bon Jovi, but I don't know them well enough to know their album names. Oh yeah, thanks, Simon. Yeah, so I do have some of the little felt ones that are thinner. That could be what it is, Dee. It could be that they are... Okay, well, I will say, I have had some that are like this, where the edges started crumbling. They were still these little foam ones, but I don't know, they were really dry or something. Like, they weren't as soft and squishy. And so when I started blending with them, the edges started tearing apart. And I don't know what the difference is, or I don't know. Let's go ahead and do our ink pickup here. So I've just got another sheet of clean paper. I'm just gonna pick up our color. So you see this time we've got a little bit more ink on the, this is a clean piece, but we've got a little bit more ink on the media mat this time. And so we're getting a little bit darker color or brighter color. I never know which one to say, darker or brighter. kept coming away from the pad. Oh, yes. Okay, so I have that problem also. And honestly, I'm at the point where I want to just buy a separate ink blending tool for every single color that I own, because I just don't like to take the I don't like to take the pads off because they get torn. That does happen to me too. They're just not, I mean, it's just like a tiny little backing and a piece of foam. So when you have the Velcro that's really strong, I guess sometimes it's a little too strong. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this aside to dry. We're at least picking up our ink, so we're not wasting anything. So now we've got this little guy, which would be a really pretty sunset or anything you want it to be. Looks cool. What can we do? We can do a whole lot of stuff. We could try, if you think it might look nice, we could try putting this into the Misty and then spritzing our background with water, or our background stamp anyway, with water, and then applying the background to it and seeing if we can kind of do like a watercolor lift sort of technique with it. Maybe I won't even use the Misty. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just leave it right here like this, and then I'll just plop it right down into it once we spray it. What do we think? Sound okay? Let's try it and see what happens. It's all about experimenting, right? Now I don't want to put too much water because I don't want to just saturate and make it blurry. Hopefully that's not too much. I brought the brush ones in the tubes and one already came apart. Oh no! I feel like I might have like a little bit too much water, so I'm actually going to kind of start over and just do like a lighter mist like that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. All right. I haven't tried the ones in the tubes. The little, I don't even know what they're calling those, to be honest. Can I do it this way? Let's do it this way. Ah! Whoops. Well, I just plopped it down, so we're probably going to have a little bit of weird looking marks because I accidentally dropped it into the water and ink already. This is just a piece of copy paper, so this is not really going to do us a whole lot of good, but I just wanted something where I could smooth around the paper and just make sure that it gets a really nice impression. Okay, so it's pretty light, but I can see it in person. I don't think that I don't know if you guys can see it. I can see it in person, but it's very faint because I only used a tiny bit of water. I don't know if you guys can see that. On my playback, I definitely can't see it. Let me change my little quality really quick. I'm gonna put it in HD. Okay, I don't think that you guys can see that. It actually looks really cool in person because it's just really faint. But if I wanted a more vibrant result, I could just add, high up and add lots of water. Oh, cool. I'm always worried about adding too much water because I didn't want it to like bleed or get messy, but I'll definitely have to try that. I might even just do it right. I'm kind of debating whether I want to do it over top of this or not. Oh, you can see it? That's really cool. I'm going to hit it with my heat tool real quick. Once you start drying it a little bit, it kind of makes it show up a little more. Sorry about the noise. Ooh, it's pretty. It's starting to show up a little bit more. That's so cool. And I'm not going to do too much drying just because I don't want to warp my paper too much, but just enough that it kind of starts to come out a little bit. And like I said, if I had added more water, it sounds like, I would have had a more vibrant contrast with the removal of the water. But look at that. I think you can see it a little bit better now, but you get sort of that watercolor lift. And like I said, if you'd used more water, if I had used more water, it's not your fault, it's my fault. If I had used a little bit more water, then we would have gotten some more vibrant, good grief, you guys. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm having a hard time just talking today. It's got to be Simon making me nervous. Just kidding. Oh, hi, Tiffany. Oh, that's okay, Simon. I hope you enjoy your dinner. Knowing me, I probably will be because I am a little long-winded and I tend to stream for a really long time. So feel free to come back and join us after you eat. Thank you for hanging out. It was awesome to have you here. Oh, that's awesome that you got some of the inks, Tiffany. That's so cool. I hope you love them. I'm obsessed. I'm using them now. And so we just did like a little bit of a watercolor lift. We did this one where we just did some ink blending and then some splatters, which I think is really super cool. I love these. Yay! And then Tiffany, I just showed them this one also that I did with some ink blending in our last stream. And I haven't shared this one on social media yet, but I'm super excited about it. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I think, is, let's see, let's do something with this one that's super fun, because this one is mostly dry now. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. I'm having a blast. This is so much fun. Okay, so we've got our big stamp sets over here on the side. Let's pick out something to do with this little guy here. The cool thing about this one is we could probably use some of our space stamp sets, maybe, I don't know. We've got space. Ooh, I forgot we had the stencils we could use. Okay, hold on. Let's do, okay, Tiffany, let me just say that I did see that background stamp. And while it had to have been in works long before I made my ridiculously long video about masking for 12 hours, I know that they had already made theirs, but still, I saw it and I was like, oh man. It's so stinking cute though. I'll probably end up buying it. Let's just be real. I probably will. Okay, so let's see. I'm just using purple tape right here to kind of stick my stencil down a little bit more. I'm probably just going to throw a little bit on the sides as well. I really want to make sure it's nice and flat so that I don't have any problems with the stencil lifting up and moving around on me. This is going to be so cute, you guys. Look at those colors. I love it. Okay. What do we want to do here? We have, so if we're going to keep using Simon's inks, we do have Woof, which is a gray. It's not a super dark gray, so there is that. It is about this gray. I don't know if you can see that in the background there or not. But that gray, oh, you know what? I have a better example. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it though? I've got my little, where are my backgrounds? Oh, they're right here. Good grief. I'm losing things on my own desk. Okay, this is the gray. So I want something that's going to show up on my background, of course. Or if I'm feeling really adventurous, I could do paint or something like that. You guys. What I could do is get out my gel press and then put some acrylic paint on it, and then is that how that would work? Let me think about this. If I have my stencil over top and then I take a print, or basically I would just take the stencil off of here, I would roll out black paint, put the stencil over top of that, and then flip my paper over, and then it would put the black stars on it. You guys, I'm gonna try it. Let's do it. Why not? I've got my gel press like right here. So there's that. And I'm gonna get out one sheet just to roll my brayer off on. I'm feeling adventurous, you guys. There's probably a better way to do this, but whatever. Don't judge me. I haven't used my gel press in a little while and I want to. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with a gel press, this is a I actually don't have black glitter glaze, although I should. A gel press is a gelatinous thing that you can do mono printing on. And mono printing is just taking prints or I guess prints off of something when you apply different mediums to it. So what I'm going to do is I should probably shake this first. I'm going to apply a little bit of black paint directly onto my gel press. And then I'm going to use, whoa, that's really liquidy. I didn't shake it well apparently, but that's okay. We can make it work. So I'm going to use my brayer to just spread the paint around. I'm going to roll off the excess stuff because I don't want to end up with too much paint or else we will be in trouble when it comes time to actually do our print. So this is kind of like an in-between amount of paint here. It's like almost not enough and almost too much just because of the distribution of it all right now. Bummer. Okay, there's like some gunk in my paint over here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add just a little bit more paint because this is a little bit too dry, I think. It's not gonna work very well when I go to actually take my print in a situation like this where I wanna use my stencil and get it really thick in there. There we go, much better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, put my brayer down. I'm actually gonna take this off, and I do need to move fairly quickly because the paint will dry. So what I'm gonna do is lay the stencil directly on top like this. Whoop. And then, oh, I gotta be careful and remember I'm working with paint on my pretty little cards now. And then I'm gonna take my background that I blended. I'm going to place it directly on top of this like that. And then I'm gonna take that scrap sheet of paper here and smoosh it down like this. Heidi, I don't even think I saw that you were here. Did I say hi to you earlier? Hi. Hopefully I'm not ruining my background right now, but we will see. Here we go. Moment of truth, right? Bloop. Oh, it didn't show up that much because I think the paint dried already. Bummer, but it still is kind of cool. So what we can do, let's see. It's neat, but it's not as cool as I wanted it to be. It's because I took too long, you guys. I'm the slowest ever. All right, so, what can we do? What can we do? Oh, hi, Heidi. I'm trying to think of what the best plan of action is going to be. Oh, you know what? Okay, we might still be able to save this yet. Hold on. Not that color. I want white. Here we go. Okay, so now that we've done black, we can go ahead and add some white as well. So what I'm gonna do, actually, before I do that, I'm gonna take one of these extra sheets of paper, which I should have cut in half, but didn't because I was not planning on actually doing this right now. This is what happens when I'm not prepared. I'm like, oh, let me just do something really quick, and then it doesn't work out really the way that I planned. Look at that. That is really cool. Oh, look, it has the little bubbles in it. That's kind of funny. It has the little bubbles in it from the different, the air bubbles from where the acrylic pieces or the acetate pieces on the back. This is actually really super cool. I really like that a lot. All right, so what I'm gonna do before I get into, I'm gonna need to clean this really well, but that's okay. It's all right for right now. What I'm gonna do is, see how we've still got these black stars on here? This is actually gonna be really super cool if we, let's see, maybe I wanna add a different color first. Let's add some, I'm gonna add like some bright color, like this turquoisey kind of color, like this. I'm gonna add, ooh, it's like oozing. All right. So this is already dry, so I really don't have to worry too much about like moving it or doing anything with it. My little star background is still going to be there, which is really cool. Ah! Leave it to me to make a huge mess. Okay. My problem is I was not planning on doing this part, and so my area here is not really super well set up for this, like space-wise. All right, let's just go ahead and take a print. I'm going to try to keep it on half of the page. Hey, Amanda. We are experimenting right now, and I'm kind of off the rails a little bit. I wanted to try something, and then I don't know, we've sort of, like I said, gone off the rails. Look at it. How stinking cool is that, you guys? That is really, really neat. Just saying. That's really cool. I really, really like that. Yay! Oh my gosh, Tiffany, that's awesome. Have you used it yet? Because I need to watch it if you have. I can't believe how cool that is. You guys, I like that a lot. Ah, it's so cool. It's on the way. Oh, I can't wait to see what you make. That is so cool. Okay. Now that that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of white down because we should be able to use our stencil again, and it would be better if I actually, it would be much better if I actually had all of my gel press stuff set up, so that I would stop moving my gel press across the table and like doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's cool. We work with what we've got, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is try to move a little faster. I'm gonna try to move a little faster this time. And I'm just gonna go ahead and plop this right in here and hope I don't get a bunch of white on the front where I don't mean it to be. This is just like experimentation, so don't judge me too hard if it doesn't work. But I'm gonna try to actually use the brayer on this side and see if I can't get that to go nicely through the stencil. You just wanna be careful doing it this way because sometimes the stencil will move, especially if you have extra paint or something like that. All right, fingers crossed, let's see what happened. Oh, again, the little lines don't show up super well. See how it still has the paint in there? I think maybe just because they're a little more fine, but I actually really like the way that this looks. This is kind of turning into like a really neat sort of mixed media art journal-y sort of background, which is actually really super neat. I like that a lot, actually. Okay, so I am going to need to clean this. That's a little crazy, but that's okay. I still think it looks really cool. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Do you think it's cool? Or is it completely and totally weird? All right, so I'm not super worried about this. I'm just gonna put it on a paper towel and set it aside. They clean up really easily afterwards, just because of the material they are. You can just add some warm soapy water and everything comes off pretty well with just like a soft sponge. So I'm gonna set that aside and not really worry about it. Normally I would tell you you should probably clean your stuff right away, but I'm trying to be a little bit more carefree in my mixed media ink. Print this, yes. Okay, so what I was thinking is I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna add some yellow paint over top of it, because theoretically the yellow will show up in where the empty spaces of the stars are, and then the white will be the rest of the background, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So theoretically, we should get a really cool print with like some stars. Yeah, ooh, on black cardstock, that would be so cool. Let me get a piece while I'm waiting for this to dry. I do have some black cardstock right here, so let's do it. And since we're using paint, we know it will show up. Normally I wouldn't use my cardstock on like gel print mono printing, whatever. But in this case, I think it's all right. I think that's a really neat idea. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to like speed this along a little bit. I don't want to take my heat tool to it. I've heard that you're not supposed to, but I've also heard some of the people who use their gel presses more frequently, they say that they just do it anyway. But, you know, sorry if this is like giving you motion sickness or something. I'll try, maybe this helps if I put my hand over it so it's not as whatever. I don't know, not that you want to look at my hand either. Okay. Is it dry? It's still a little bit wet, but okay, by the time I figure out my paint colors and all of that, it'll probably be fine. All right, so we've got some yellow that we can use. I'm so excited to try like combining Simon stuff with this sort of different feel of things. It's always really fun to try new things and mix and match things that you wouldn't necessarily think of as going together. All right, let's start with that and see where it gets us. And I don't want it to be like super yellow and vibrant, so I'm fine if it's just a thin coating of paint because I think it will look nicer coming through the stars. And I don't know about you guys, but I have actually kept these and cut them into pieces, my little roll-off brayer sheets, and I use them for my art journal pages. I haven't really been doing a whole lot in my art journal, but I've done a few things, and I'm hoping to be able to do more in the near future. All right. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's not even as yellow as I hoped or thought it would be, but that's all right. It's to see the paint was wet. It's interesting though, because you get this really cool kind of texture. But yeah, you can still, those poor little air bubbles. I need to, all I have to do to fix this is just lift it up and then hopefully put it back down and it should theoretically go away. It's the air bubbles from it. I really shouldn't leave it on this piece of acetate, but I was not planning to have it out for very long. And here we are. That should help. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I should just take it off, it's fine. Bloop. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so anyway, now we've got some cool stencil backgrounds. I'm really in love with this one, if we're being honest. This is my favorite. I think that looks so cool. That would make a really cool art journal page all on its own. That's really super neat. And then this one as well, which is really cool for a space card. Actually, this would be a really cool background for any of those space training stamps sets. I might actually just turn that into a card now. Let's see what we can do with what we are creating with. All right, so let's actually go ahead and put this away for now. Now that we've done a little bit of experimentation and kind of trying to see what works and what doesn't. The fine lines of stencils are sometimes hard to work with, but when you're doing mixed media, I guess that's kind of the thing, is that you're supposed to, you know, not have perfect. Okay, Amanda, you don't. Some people do. You can clean it with a baby wipe, and that's totally fine, or like mild, like soapy water. But a lot of people will tell you that you just don't clean it, because these bits here, like this dried acrylic paint right here, is like the fun bits that everyone wants to keep, because those are the most fun part of the transfers, is picking up things that were just left from previous prints. Hey, Dawn. So people will tell you not to clean it as a general rule. But some people do. So it just depends on preference, but you don't have to do it at all. Yes, like seasoning. Exactly. Like seasoning that cast iron skillet. That's immediately what I thought of. Okay, so that's that, at least for now. I'll worry about cleaning everything up a little bit later. But we'll just set it aside for now. And we can get back to the action. Yeah, of course. I'm gonna get a little baby wipe out and just clean up my acrylic paint, because while it's okay to not clean your gel press, probably not a good idea to leave paint sitting around on your craft mat for it to get wet and then ruin your projects later. All right. My poor little desk is getting so crowded. This is what happens when you have a good crafting session, though. Okay, so we've done a little bit of ink blending. Now we've done a little bit of gel press printing. Don, are you taunting the bot? What did you even say? Oh, shall I play with Nightbot? You are too funny. I hope you learned your lesson. Good God. This bot it has a little attitude, doesn't it? I love that you're just taunting it, like, oh, no big deal. Let me just make it mad. Okay, so I'm just cutting this down, no particular size at the moment, but I guess I could do it to a card size because that would make sense. Let's do 4. Somehow it ended up a little bit crooked there. All right, 4. I'm glad you like it. Some people have said they don't like it very much, and that kind of made me sad because I think it's hilarious. I might save that little bit for something, I don't know. Okay, look how cool that is, you guys. Oh, that is the coolest background probably ever. I don't know. I think that is so neat. And the air bubbles from the gel press make it look even cooler. I am obsessed. Let's just be honest for a second. Okay, so now we've got our background. We have this background too, which is super cool. But I think I want to use this one with the cute little space set here. So this one is called Space Training. Look at the cute little rocket, and you've got the astronaut helmet. What do we want to use? Do we want to put the little bear inside the helmet? What do you guys think? Or we can put the little bird inside the helmet. That might be funny. Or the little kid. Either way, we can do whatever you guys want. Let's decide on something, and then we will stamp it out and color it and all that jazz, and go to town. All right, got a little block. And you want the dog? All right, we can do the dog. He's super cute. Heidi, were you here earlier when I showed you guys the cards that I made already using these sets? So here's my little coloring for the dog for this. Look how cute he is. Ah, he's just adorable. They're all adorable, let's be honest. They're so cute. Yes, okay. The bear or the dog. It's okay to make your voice heard, Amanda. That's what this stream is all about. Oh, and you guys, I have decided that I am going to also start streaming to Twitch. I haven't got it all set up yet, but I am, look how cute he would be if you just did his little face. I have decided to start streaming to Twitch. So what I will do is I will stream to both simultaneously. So you could watch me in either location and that would be totally fine. But yeah, I think that's gonna be really cool. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get my Misty out for this, my mini Misty, I should say, because I think that I'm gonna have trouble getting my placement right if I don't use it, because I'm not super great at that, which is okay, but know your weaknesses. Oh, yes, Twitch. Twitch is traditionally for video game streaming. So it's just like YouTube, only pretty much everyone who streams on Twitch is a video game player. So Twitch is, I believe, owned by Amazon, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that, but I think they're owned by Amazon. And I'm actually going to move this media mat out of the way because it's making it hard for me to craft. Okay, but yes, anyway, I think that Twitch is owned by Amazon, but I'm not sure. But basically, it is a platform, just like YouTube, where you can live stream video content. So whatever you're doing, you can live stream. And they have a section on Twitch called the Creative Community, where creators like me can go on there and stream to their little heart's contents and just make whatever it is they want to make, which I think is super, super cool. So what will happen is I will stream like I am now, only it will show up on both platforms. So there may be comments that you can't see that I would respond to theoretically if I ever get viewers on Twitch, which, you know, I may not. But yeah, anyway, so basically it would be kind of like I was streaming to YouTube and Facebook at the same time, only it would be YouTube and Twitch. So I would have two separate groups of audiences potentially. So you guys could still watch here as normal, no issues, no changes or anything like that. But then I would have the potential maybe to grow another channel at the same time, which is really cool. The other thing is on Twitch, they do different kinds of things. Like they have alerts, like when someone becomes a subscriber. Yeah, I don't know. It's they have like little sound things will come up when someone subscribes to your channel, and then it puts this cute little icon and it'll say like Heidi Heidi subscribe to your channel. I don't know, it's really cute. And then it gives like this little like an animation and stuff. It's really cool. But yeah, anyway, so I think that I'm gonna try it out at least and see if I like it or not, and then go from there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm actually going to, because see he's a little bit large for this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mask off the bottom here. So I probably should have just stamped out another one while I'm at it. Let's do that. And I've got my Post-it note tape over here. I only need the bottom, so I'm really not worried about the top at all. And I also don't care if it's a perfect stamp because I don't need it for anything. It's just for masking. I'm gonna do it this way so that I have all of the sticky at the bottom here. Woohoo! If I can figure it out, I'll subscribe to you. Yay, you're so sweet. So all you would have to do is just create an account over on Twitch. I have my, like my account is already there, but I have done literally nothing on it. I just created the account today. I had another Twitch account, but it was like for video games. Like it was just for me watching other people. And I'm going to be totally honest, you guys. I used to stream video games. Well, I didn't stream them. I recorded it and then posted the videos. But I only ever did like a couple. I don't know why I'm even bothering to cut out that part. I don't need that part. I need this part. Sometimes I worry about myself. I start doing things that I don't have any need to do. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need to be doing that right now. Let me stop wasting my time. Okay, so Tiffany, I have Streamlabs, but I haven't used it yet. Well, I mean, I've like kind of played around in it a little bit, but I haven't done like a ton yet. So I'm just trying to figure out like how it all works and do the alert things and like all that. I don't know. There is an app, yeah. Yep, so you can still watch on your phone and all of that, which is really cool. All right, let's see. Do we want to put him like a little bit? Okay, because I'm thinking he's kind of like turned at an angle. Then I'm going to put him like right there. You guys are so sweet to me. I love you all. Hold on. My little mask is like hanging off the edge and causing trouble. Bloop. Yes, totally, Tiffany. I feel like it has, there's just a lot. One of my friends that streams is actually going to come over tomorrow night He streams on Twitch all the time. He's actually going to come over tomorrow night and try to help me figure everything out, because I feel like I'm pretty tech savvy, but for whatever reason, all of that just, I don't know. It overwhelms me. Look how cute he is going to be, you guys. This cute little doggo in an astronaut helmet. How cute is that? Ah! Okay, I'm going to do one more stamp just to call it good. Tiffany, I'm trying to decide what I want to do for my project for your stream. Oh, that's awesome, Tiffany. I did not know that. Yeah, it's always so unfortunate with YouTube because you want to donate and support people, and then I think YouTube takes like 30%. Oh, are you heading to bed, Sue? I know it's always so late for you when I'm streaming. I always feel bad for people who are in different time zones because it's just like kind of late here. I mean, it's like 8:35 for me. It's not like late by any means, but it gets late. 30% is crazy. Of Astro. That's awesome. Okay, do we want to stick with my gray coloring like I did for this little guy? Hey, Jerry. So this is, I've actually been crafting with Simon Hurley's new line from Ranger. It's called Simon Hurley Create, and I used his inks and his stencil. I did some ink blending here and used his stencil to create the stars on the background for that. And then I also used the stencil here and did sort of like a negative image background with my gel press. So I'm going to use this as my background for my little dog in space. I'm excited to see how it turns out. Okay, so yes on the gray. All right, that's good because I'm pretty decent at coloring with gray. Other colors, but gray I'm pretty good with. And you guys, I just refilled my first Copic markers. Look at that. My first refills, W1 and W3, because I use them all the time. All right. W1, W3, W5, W7, and W9. All right, let's go to town. We're going to do some blending. Isn't he so cute? I think this whole stamp set is super adorable. And Jerry, we also made, on my last stream, we made this card, which is also from Simon's line. I think that's so super cute. All the dude. It just is so adorable. His whole line is really super cute. Oh, you haven't either, Tiffany? Oh, that makes me feel a little bit better because, man, I just can't decide what I want to do. It's so hard. It's so hard to decide. Was it easy to refill them? Yes. I watched a video first so that I knew what to do, but it was really easy. I didn't have any trouble at all, and I didn't even make a mess, which is pretty impressive since it was my first time. But yeah, I didn't have any trouble at all, and it was a really easy process. So I'm excited about that. So I kind of like to, like we always talk about, do sort of that flicking motion up towards the area where I want my highlight to be. And then I come in with the lighter colors. Isn't he so cute? I love this dog. He's adorable. All these little images are so cute. Okay, did you guys see the little, like, bird? Look at this fat little bird. Look at this fat little bird. Look how cute he is. He kind of reminds me of Angry Birds. Like I want to flick him. You know, did you ever play Angry Birds? He kind of reminds me a little bit of that. I don't know. Can you imagine him just like floating in the helmet? And the little fish. Okay, are any of you guys Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans? Or do you even know what that is? Am I showing my nerddom here? Tell me if you've heard of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And then if so, if anyone has heard of it, then I will tell you what I was thinking about. If not, I won't bore you with the subject matter. But, oh, you've never heard of it? Oh, Tiffany, you're missing out. It is so cute. And by cute, I mean it's like really nerdy. But you might appreciate that. So, You've heard of it. Okay. So one of the books, it's actually a book series, and they made a movie of it. But it's like a really nerdy, like high sci-fi fantasy, whatever, like book. I don't know. They made a movie out of it, and it was pretty funny. I thought it was done pretty well. But anyway, one of the books is called So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. And that when I saw this fish and like with the space theme and stuff, it just made me think of that. Anyway, so part of the thing is that, oh my God, that would make a cute fish tank. I didn't even think about that. Huh. What a cool idea. And then you could just put it like on a table or something, and like you could cut off that little side on the end. How cute would that be? I'm gonna have to try that. That's an excellent idea. But yeah, so anyway, in this thing, it's like all about, well, I'm not even gonna go into what it's all about, but part of the thing is they're trying to find the meaning of life. And so they go to this robot and they, okay, Tiffany, see ya. And they use this machine that's supposed to give them the answer to the like it's supposed to give them the answer, the ultimate answer, right? The answer to the ultimate question or whatever. And so they go on this long journey and whatever, and then at the end it turns out that dolphins are like the most popular. No, it's not really for kids. It's like a nerdy teen adult book, I guess. I mean, I read it when I was a teenager, but I don't know what the intended audience is. But no, it's not really for kids. But anyway, so it turns out that dolphins are like the most intelligent creatures and whatever, and they are just making fools out of us by making, or like by letting us think that we're the smartest and whatever. Anyway, they're like the most intelligent, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so at the end, it's like raining down fish, and then all the dolphins are like in space, and it's like all, anyway, they're making the dolphin squeaky noise or whatever, and it just says so long and thanks for all the fish. Because we're, we feed them. Anyway, that I'm not making any sense at all, but if you watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, and then you'll understand why that's what I thought about. Totally random and off topic and bizarre, but it's fine. Okay, so we've got that part of our dog colored. I'm going to do a slightly lighter coloring for his little snout area. I think that looks really cute when you have kind of just like a lighter face. It adds a little bit more dimension, I think, to it. Cute. Anyway, that was like a really weird tangent. Sorry, you guys. Thanks for putting up with me and all my weirdness. Some of the best books ever written. They're hilarious. Let's just be honest. And in the movie, I'm pretty sure Zooey Deschanel is in that movie. And she's pretty funny. I like her. But yeah, anyway. So, yeah, that's that. Weird tangent, sorry, but that's what it made me think of, so I had to try to tell you about it. They're pretty funny. Okay. So now we've got his cute little face all colored up. Let's do a collar. I'm going to go with the same color combination that I used the last time just because that was easy. And I'm going to use some gray to darken it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with R59 on the outside. And as I go towards the center, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a flicking motion to get that nice blend. Boop. And then I'm going to go back in with R56, which is just a lighter color in that same series. I'm going to leave a little bit of white space on purpose to give it more of a highlight in the center. Okay, no problem, Dawn. And then I'm actually going to go back in with a W7 in the corners and add just some darkening bits over here because it helps to deepen those shadows. So Louis Sana actually just taught me this trick in our stream on Monday, I think. And it is crazy how much more depth you can get by doing that. Like, look at that collar now. Hopefully you can see that, but it makes it look so much cooler, especially if you don't have the right colors. You can, I hope you can see that. It's a little blurry. But if you don't have the right colors, you can still make it work, which is really super cool. All right. So I'm going to pop all these markers back in my little Lazy Susan thing here. And then, okay, I'm going to cheat and take a gold gel pen. This is an opaque gel pen. And I'm just going to color in his little tag right here with my gold gel pen. I say cheat because I'm not coloring it with a Copic marker, but that's fine. Because then it makes it kind of like shiny and it looks metallic, which I think is pretty cool. All right, so our little doggy dog is all colored up. I'm actually going to put a little dot in his eye here to kind of brighten his face up a little bit. There we go. I think that helps kind of, yes, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, yes. I was babbling on forever about it and not making any sense at all because it's been so long since I've seen it or read the books. I couldn't really remember where I was going with the plot. But yeah, I was talking about it because this little fish image made me think of the dolphins and the, I don't know, anyway. I'm not going to go into it again because no one knew what I was talking about and I'm sure I sounded like a nutso crazy person. Okay, so we've got our cute little dog, but I don't really know what to do with him as far as like, because I need to color the little astronaut suit. I need to color in the background of him, right? Like his inside of the spacesuit. What color would I make that? Oh my gosh, Heidi, that's awesome. I was talking about how the fish reminded me, like the fish and the space thing together reminded me of So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. Anyway. But anyway, okay, so we need to figure out what to do as far as the background of our little dog and to color in our spacesuit. So I did just get a C3 marker, so I now have a cool gray, and I also have some neutral grays that might work. And for an N2, so these may work together. Oh no, Fatima. Well, I'm glad you're here now. We've been making all kinds of things. Simon was here earlier chatting with us. Hopefully he'll come back. He said that he was going to go eat dinner and then he would be back. Okay, so you guys, is this, what part of this is supposed to be white and what part can I get away with coloring like silver? Like this neck part, can I color silver and then leave these parts white-ish? Because they're like the whatever, and then this part is like the see-through glass thing. Let's go with that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to try to leave the little lid type parts. I'm not using appropriate terminology, I am sure. But the little parts here and at the top, I'm going to try to leave. Yes, don't forget to bring a towel. In case you didn't know, May 25th is National Bring a Towel Day or something like that. In case you ever needed to know. Don't panic. That's so funny. I love that movie so much. Let's see. That color is a little darker than I thought it was for being, let's see. Alright, that's good for a little bit of shadow or whatever, but I don't want to add too much. Make the top of the helmet a light gray. Like up here. I'm not very good at astronaut coloring. Hey, Jennifer. Was the concert good? That's really exciting. My 4-year-old has a spring concert coming up right before spring break. So we'll see if he sings this time. Usually he doesn't sing. He just stands there and looks really uncomfortable the entire time. He is not a performer. Okay, so that's cute. Yeah, the May 25th, the only reason that I remember that date is because it's one of my friend's birthdays, and we used to always watch that movie together. And so then every day it was his birthday. It was also like National Bring a Towel Day or something like that. I'll have to look it up and tell you what the actual name of it is. Actually, let me just do it right now. Oh, it's just called Towel Day. Okay, so it says Towel Day is celebrated every year on May 25th as a tribute to the author Douglas Adams. On this day, fans openly carry a towel with them, as described in Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, to demonstrate their appreciation for the book's author. So, you know, if you ever need something to celebrate on May 25th, you can celebrate National Towel Day. Oh, Fatima, that's so cool. That's really neat. I don't think anyone in my family ever did anything interesting. None of us are inventors, apparently. All right, let's add a tiny bit of like W1 in the little cracks here, because nothing is ever like truly white. You don't want to, I don't know, I don't like to leave things actually white, but we can add just a little bit so that it gives it a little bit of dimension. Hey Simon, welcome back. So we have been having some fun talks about National Towel Day, and I was saying that this stamp set, the little fish, reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Anyway, so then I had to explain what that was, because a lot of people didn't know what Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was, and I did a really poor job explaining the movie. Now people are just going to have to watch it to figure out what it is. Oh, that's so cool. This tattoo it's a turtle. It's like I have like a full sleeve. So it goes all the way up to the top of my shoulder. But yeah, the bottom part is a turtle, and it's like an underwater theme, and it's got like coral and stuff like that. Anyway, so Simon, we were experimenting with the Stargazer Stencil, and check out this background that we made on my gel press. How cool is that? I thought that was really super neat. It reminds me of like, because of the neat little lines and stuff in it, I feel like this looks like an alchemist's book or something, like the cover of an astronomer's book, or I don't know, it would be really cool to make something like that. I thought it would be really neat. It's super cool. Okay, so there's that one. And then this is the background we also made with the gel press using the Stargazer Stencil. And we're going to be using this as our background for our card today. So I'm pretty excited about it. So that's our space background that we're using, and we're coloring up our little doggo. And I'm trying to figure out what to do for the back of his little helmet, like behind him, because I don't want to color it like too dark, but I also, you know, can't just leave it white. With the black, okay, so I used my gel press. So we were getting crazy with the arts over here. So I got out my gel press, the jelly plate, and then I put on some black paint, and I took a print first, actually, on this background. I was trying to put the black stars here on the background, but it didn't quite transfer all the way. And so then I was left with like some extra stuff here. And so what I did is I just took a print. So it had already taken off the paint from the star areas. And then I was left with just like the negative space of the stencil. And then I took a print of that, and this is what I ended up with, which is really cool. And then I went over again with the stencil here, and I did white paint with it, so then I got like a couple of added stuff here. Oh, Simon, that's awesome. I've been having a blast, and I was just telling everyone too, it's so fun to try to combine different mediums like this, because card making, I feel like, I don't know, sometimes it feels really rigid to me, and it's so freeing to use it in different ways and like get these really crazy backgrounds that you couldn't really make otherwise. And I think that's really neat. And actually, this little guy here, this circle thing in here, it's actually air bubbles. So this one is air bubbles from my gel press that were on the back side, and I think that actually adds so much to the card. It just makes the background look really cool, I feel like, because it's not so perfect and crisp, you know? It looks really neat. Oh yeah, the one on the black cardstock didn't really turn out how I hoped it would. It looks a little more messy, but we could still use it for something. Basically, I put too much white paint on there. And then I tried to use a little bit of yellow, but because there was so much white, it didn't really work out how I had hoped, but that's okay. They don't always all turn out perfect. But we can definitely still build on this one, which is still cool. But yeah, anyway, so now we've got a whole lot of stuff that we can do. Okay, so somebody said something about the back. Try shadowing from the back of the dog towards the outer ring. Like down here at the bottom, do you mean? Whew, that makes me nervous. I am not very good at, do you mean like down here? Gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything about like light sources or what things should look, oh, behind him. Try shadowing from the back of the dog towards the outer ring. They look like planets. Oh, they kind of do. That's so cool. Those air bubbles. Okay, Heidi, I'm not sure what you mean. Did you mean behind him, like back here, like on the outside? Because I'm going to cut him out. Like there is a bowl behind him. Try shadowing. Oh, from like his head. Okay, so like outwards like this. I'm trying to think of which way the lines would go. If it was curving like that, I don't know. If it looks awful, it looks awful. That's okay. But I'll try it and see what happens. We'll just try it out. See what we can do. See, now I feel like I should have gone the other way. I feel like no matter which way I go, it doesn't seem like it's the right way. I'm not very good at making curved stuff. See, they both seem weird. I don't know. Oh well. We'll do what we can, and that's all we can do. I think so, kind of curved. Yeah, see, that's what I try to do, but I'm not super great at that. At least I can admit it. It's all right. Okay, so we'll at least do that, and then, you know, they're kind of going different directions, but oh well. Okay, and then maybe if I add like just a touch of like blue or something. I don't know. I just got a new B marker. Oops, wrong side. It's a little bit, I'm just gonna add like a tiny bit of this blue here on the outside maybe. Just to kind of give it like sort of, Simon. I try, and I'm still learning a lot, and so I find like I struggle with stuff, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And sometimes it still turns out okay, which is pretty cool. Those are like my happy moments. And other times I'm like, what were you thinking? Okay, so I don't know what to do about in front of him because obviously I don't want to like, I hope you guys can see this. I don't want to make him super weird looking. I don't know, because I don't want to color over his face. You know what I should do? I should leave it like this, and then I should put glossy accents over the top. Because then it'll be shiny. You know? Maybe at the end. All right, so I'm going to leave it like this for now, and then maybe at the end I can figure out what to do about the glossy accents. I'll try that. Oh, Fatima, you're so sweet. I've learned a lot just from watching other card makers, to be honest. I took one free class from Kitten Clowder, and she's amazing. I can't sing her praises enough. If you guys haven't taken any classes from Elise over at Kit and Clowder, you are missing out. She's amazing. She is an excellent teacher. So I've taken some of her free classes, like 2, I think. And that's where I learned to do all of the shading I know how to do. Literally from her free class. So if she has paid classes that you can take, I would definitely recommend them. And she has a Facebook group that you can join, and to see the stuff that people make just after watching her classes and taking her classes, it's incredible. A little shadow behind his head. Like how I added, or is it not dark enough, do you think? I added a little bit of gray behind him, but I didn't know. Can you see that? Maybe I should add a little bit more. I only added it in like the very lightest color. I could add like a little bit of an extra line there. I'm trying to like make it really... Oh, you would leave it? Oh. I'll do it on one side then, so it doesn't look weird. Hold on. Alright. Beep. Because I don't want to make him too dark either. That's true. Okay, fine. Oh, by his ears. Okay, I'll add a little bit in here. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. And then like right there. Just kind of like in his shadow zones, I guess. Okay. All right, now walk away. Have you guys ever watched the IT Crowd? I don't know if I have any fellow nerds in here. It was kind of a bust with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but maybe some of you guys have watched IT Crowd. Oh man. So I'm showing my my nerddom in here, I guess. So IT Crowd is like, I think it's on Netflix still, but it's like a British show about these people who work in at a company in the IT department. Anyway, it's hilarious. I don't know if you guys have the same kind of humor as I do, but I find it really super funny. Anyway, one of the characters, he just said, my husband and I always make jokes about it because, so like, he has a hard time understanding things sometimes. And so they were talking about, like, if there's a fire, you're supposed to, call whoever, and then, anyway, he's really super hilarious. But one of the times he gets, he's supposed to turn it off. He's supposed to turn something off and then walk away. And so he's like going through it in his head over and over and over again. And he's like, I have to turn it off and walk away. And then it's like a soldering iron or something. And so then he turns it back on. And then he's like, and walk away. And so he leaves it on. And of course he catches like everything on fire. And but anyway, so my husband and I always make jokes, like, because I can never leave anything alone. I always keep adding things and changing stuff. And like, I should just walk away, but I never do. So I always make fun of myself too. And I'm like, okay, walk away. So if you ever hear me say that, it's a joke from the IT Crowd. This part is a little hard to fussy cut. Oh, Tiffany, I bet he would love it. My husband's an engineer, and he is the one that showed it to me. It's actually what we watched on our first date. um, we've known, my husband and I have known each other since second grade, and we only reconnected in our adult life. But we're actually coming up on 6 years that we've been, like, since we've been dating, since we started dating. In like 3 days, it'll be like 6 years ago since we first got together. But anyway, we went on a date, which just included watching Netflix. And literally, you guys, we built a blanket fort. So with like the chairs and the blankets and the pillows and all of it, we did it. We did it all. Yeah, that happened. We're huge nerds in this house. Oh, Jennifer, that's awesome. That's so super cool. That makes me so happy. We're small potatoes compared to you guys. You went to a bar. So romantic. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm not sure what I want to do yet, because I don't know if I want to cover up so much of the background. But this is going to be mounted on a white card base. Let me grab that really quick. Here we go. Blanket forts are way better. We are children at heart still. And it's so funny. We give each other such a hard time because he's actually 5 months older than, or 5 months younger than I am. So I'm older than he is. And now I'm 30 and he's still 29. And it's a very sore subject in our house. Because he's still youthful and in his 20s and I'm 30. Because that's the kind of people we are, to give each other a hard time about something so silly. Okay, so I can put him kind of off to the side like that if I want to sort of have him popping out from behind here. I don't know if it looks funny to just have him sort of like floating as just a head in space. I didn't really think about that until just now. Oh, but you know, hold on. Hold on. This would be so bizarre, but so hilarious at the same time. What if you... Hold on. What if you put the dog's head on top of this body? Could we do it? Look at that one. You guys. You guys. That would be like the funniest card I've ever seen, I think. I don't know why that's making me laugh so hard, but it definitely is. Because it looks hilarious. This would have worked better, though, if we had done the smaller astronaut head. Like, look at this one. This would be perfect. It's more appropriately sized. Look, you could probably put his head on top of here, too. Look how cute he is. Or like this one. Oh, that one would have been perfect. Not that you can see this because there's a big glare. But like that, like put his little head on the... Can you see this at all? I hope you can see what I'm talking about. Anyway. Okay, what do we want? Let's be serious for a second. What do we want to do here with this card, you guys? I need your expert guidance today. We've got this cute little strip down here that we can put our sentiment on. I think that'll be really cute. We can do You're Out of This World, or It's Been Light Years. We've got a whole bunch of stuff we can do. All these cute little sentiments. We can also incorporate the dude. Like, dude, it's been light years. That could be really cute. Or dude, you're out of this world. Hey, Roberta. I don't know, you guys. I'm having a hard time deciding because everything is so cute. We've also got a rocket we can use. Look how cute that. Oh, that'll be so cute up there in the top. I love that. Dude, you're out of this world. Yeah, I like that. Okay. You're out of this world. I like that. Me too, Tiffany. That's actually why I got it. Because I'm like, I say this all the time. I just need to go ahead and get that stamp. I could cut, Lord have mercy. I could put the dude over here, and then I could do you're outta, and then this world. You're out of this world. I think I'll do that. I'm gonna stack them up over here. Okay, so let's do that part while we think about what to do about our little dog head. If you guys have ideas of how we should make our little dog astronaut work, then make sure you drop a comment so that we can decide where to go from here. All right, let's get our dude stamp out also. And I'm actually going to turn it this way now that I'm thinking about it. And I'm gonna put the dude over here on the side, like so. And then, you've been making backgrounds, that's awesome. I'm gonna do you're outta over here. And then I'm gonna move it and stamp it again once I move the dude part, and then do this world at the bottom. Oh, a slider card. That would be super cute. I'll have to revisit that for another one because that's super cute. That's not a bad idea, but I need to research how to make a slider card because it's been so long since I've made one. I feel like it would take me ages. All right, we have embossing ink around here somewhere. My desk is like buried in stuff right now, you guys. But being bigger makes it fun. That's so funny. You guys, I love having you here to create with me because it's just so fun to hear the other aspects, like the other thoughts. All right, you're out of this world. Let's just go ahead and mask that off here. I'm gonna apply my embossing ink to both of the other stamps. So basically I don't want to cut the stamp because I try to avoid that if I can. I don't like to cut stamps. I have, let it be known that I have at least cut 2 stamp sets, I think, but I don't like to do it. Uh-oh, I got a little bit of my, I got a little bit over here, but that's okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna apply a little bit of the powder over here on the side so that hopefully our embossing powder doesn't stick to it. And then I have my embossing powder sitting here too. Oh my gosh, Roberta, I have both of their videos on my watch later list. I saw that they both did the little 10-minute challenge thing, and I thought that was so cool. So I can't wait to watch both of their videos. So you guys, Roberta mentioned their 10-minute challenge. So they each did, Justine Hovey and Simon did a video where they tried to make a card using the same stamp set within 10 minutes. And I cannot wait to watch it. So if you guys follow Simon, you can click the little dots on his channel. And then if you don't follow him already, go over there, make sure you subscribe. And then you can watch his video on his 10-minute card challenge. I can't wait to watch it. That's what I'm doing after we log off. And then Justine Hovey has one as well. And Justine is actually, she's the one who has organized the Save the Crafty YouTuber blog hop each year. Yeah, of course, Simon. Heat tool's going on, so it's gonna be a little noisy. She organizes the Save the Crafty YouTuber blog hop, and so she's actually a big reason why probably some of you joined my channel to begin with, which is really cool. Oh yeah, no spoiler alerts. I want to be surprised. All right, so I'm using my Wagner heat tool to heat set and melt this embossing powder. This is the Alabaster embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. And I did use the embossing ink from Brutus Monroe as well. All right. So see, now we've got Dude, and then You're Outta, and then we're also going to put this world down at the bottom. So let's get the Mini Misty back out. Wasn't the hop awesome? I thought so too. I think that's just so stinking cool to be able to be a part of something like that. Unfortunately, oh, here it is. I was like, I lost my cloth to clean my stamps with. Oh, Tiffany, that's so cool. I didn't know that. Ah, it's always really interesting to see how people found your channel. Who do you think liked one of my backgrounds? Well, I'm sure everyone liked one of your backgrounds because I bet it was awesome. Is it on Instagram? Have you been posting them? I need to check out your Instagram feed. Okay, I don't know if you guys have this issue, but on Instagram for me, I find that I'm not seeing, I see the same people kind of over and over again, and there's so many people that I follow that I never see their posts, which is so weird. I don't know why that is, but that's a thing that happens. I realized that my out of this world, someone famous, is it Jennifer McGuire? What products were you using? Maybe that will help me figure it out. Oh, Corin, I love Corin so much. Corin Wiskman is hilarious. Maybe I'll put it like crooked. What do you guys think? Should I do like make it a little more lighthearted and put it crooked at the bottom? Like you're out of this world. If you like a post, Instagram favors that account for you and shows their posts. Oh, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I'll try to like more posts so that I get a variety of, oh, Ken Oliver, that's so cool. What do you guys think? Do you think we should put this at an angle down here at the bottom? Or do you think we should try to like make it more straight? I think it might be fun if we put it at an angle. Yes, crooked. All right, I'll take it. And then we might be able to put, let's see, what little stamps do we have in here? Do we have anything small enough? Maybe not. I was trying to think if maybe we had anything little that we might be able to use. Is weird. It's not in time order. Yes. I've noticed that I've been seeing things that seem like really, really weird timing wise. Like I don't feel like it makes sense why I'm seeing those things in my feed. Whoa. All right, let's put a whole lot of powder on here because it's still giving a little bit of that inky impression on there. And we're gonna get our embossing ink out again. I don't see near the people I used to. Same. I feel like I used to see a lot of people and I had a really good variety in my feed. And now it feels like I see the same people over and over again, which are awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love the people I see, but I feel like I'm really missing out on some other really talented people that are in my feed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more powder. Again, this is just to help make sure that I don't get any stray embossing powder where I don't want it. All right, let's pop this over. Oh yeah, 19 hours. Yeah, that's so weird. What are you looking for, Dawn? Are you looking for the video on his channel about the 10-minute card challenge? Or I think I might have missed something. Oh my gosh, Heidi, that's crazy. That's so awesome. How random. And here I was like, hey, you guys, Simon Hurley's mom started following me on Instagram. And you've got like celebrities. Ah, the small life that I live. I'm trying to find my little Swiffer cloth. Oh, the 10-minute challenges. Hold on. I'll send you the link to his channel. Because if you try to post a link in here, it will mess it up. But here is Simon's video. Let me pop the link into chat really quick for you so that you have it. There you go. There's Simon's. And then since he mentioned it, check out Justine's video using some of Simon Hurley Create products here. So this second one is Justine's video. So the first one is Simon's channel and the second one is Justine's. Okay, so I'm running out of pre-cut Swiffer cloths, you guys. I keep them in this cute little container I got at the Dollar Tree. And I cut them. I just take one pad and I cut it and it fills up the whole container. And then as I need it, I just keep it on my desk and I wipe up all my stray embossing powder bits. And that's that. You guys are so nice to me. Thanks, Tiffany. I love you guys all so, so much. Okay, heat tool is on. We're gonna knock this out and get the heat embossing done. And I expect ideas, you guys. You are supposed to be using your time constructively to think about what we want to do with our little dog. All right, let's heat this up, melt that embossing powder. And it's still warm, so it's heated up really nicely and super fast. Okay, the other thing that I like to do with these Swiffer cloths, you guys, is use it to get the excess dust and powder off of my card after I've done my heat embossing. And it cleans the black up especially, because when you put the powder on black cardstock, it tends to kind of make it a little bit cloudy. I think so. Is that the one where they go, like their whole house gets taken into space? I feel like. I think. Is that the right one? A cruise, that would be so cool. All right, here's our card base. All right, so here's our background. Now we've got our cute little sentiment. I like that it's crooked, it makes it fun. You're out of this world, love it. Okay, so I think I like it down here at the bottom. I think that's cute. We could kind of have him pop out of the side and then just trim the edge off maybe. Or maybe have him kind of, I don't know. What do you guys think? I can kind of have him overlap the little edge up here, so he's like that, but then here looks a little funny. Putting a little astronaut floating behind, hold on. That's why I thought putting a little astronaut floating behind, floating the dog in the front. You think in front of what? Hold on. I need more information, Heidi. Tell me more. In front of, oh, Stacy Julian's. I haven't heard. I knew about Maymay's, but I hadn't heard about the other one. I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. I was reading it like I've got to be missing something. I don't know. Oh, sorry, Fatima, I missed your message. Can you see the stamps from the dog? Not this one. So this dog came from this stamp set. Let me put a piece of paper behind it so you can see. Hang it off the edge and trim the edge, trim the image a bit. Okay, so this is the stamp. This is Space Training. So this is where we, hey, Ashley. Hey, Rachel, by the way. I don't know if I said hi to you or not, but hello. Okay, so this is the stamp set that we have been using for this one. We also do have some bodies over here that we could maybe make work. I don't know. They're not quite the same size, but we could probably make it work somehow. Trying to fit this little dude stamp back on here. I don't know, you guys, what do you think? So we've got this one, and then let me pull out our card so we know what we're working with. Okay, so here's our card. So we've got our spacey space background, we've got our sentiment strip down at the bottom, and we've got our cute little astronaut with no body. I did, of course I remembered your real name. What kind of friend would I be? Whoop, whoop. Okay, what do we think about this? What are we doing about our little doggo? Because I feel like he needs a body, but also, I don't know. I was trying to think what kind of embellishments I have that would look really cool with this card while we're thinking about what to do. I mean, I feel like he kind of looks okay out there. I just thought originally he looked a little funny with no body. Like he was just like a headless dog inside of an astronaut helmet. A body would be super cute. I agree. Let's look over here. So we've got, you think it looks fine with no body? With no body, get it? I feel like the bodies are gonna look really weird. Oh my god, I didn't even see this one over here. How funny would that be? It would be like the funniest card ever, you guys. Okay, I thought that too, Ashley, and I tried it, but it looked a little funny also. I'm having a hard time deciding. Normally, I mean, I am a little indecisive in general, but now tonight more than ever, I'm feeling a little indecisive. I think it does look better like that, to be honest. You like the yeah, but where's his body, Roberta? Put him on that little body and float them. Now, okay, so let's take a vote then. Because I like it when you guys are interactive. Do you guys like it better behind the sentiment strip like this, or like up in the air? You think it looks better than nobody. The house floats in space and it's, oh yeah, behind the strip. Okay, let's go with that then. Because I feel like that grounds it a little bit more, and like it doesn't look like he's just, oh gosh, you guys are giving me split results. All right, so why don't I do this? I'm gonna put some adhesive on the bottom. Oop, it's got a little bit of embossing powder on the back. I'm gonna put a little bit of adhesive here, but I'm gonna leave the top undone so that I can attach it and still slide him in behind there if I want to, need to, whatever. Okay, so we've got our sentiment, which I think is a little bit crooked, but that's okay. Keep him up away from the, okay, so a lot of people are voting for keeping him up away from the sentiment strip. Simon, what do you think? Are you still here? Like the jar heads in Futurama. Oh, that's hilarious. I love everybody's different pop culture references. It's so funny. That looks super cute by itself, let's just be honest. Up, up, and away. Okay. Fine, you guys. All right, so we'll put him up here then. Let's see. It's kind of a bummer because I like this area with all the stars. So I kind of don't want to put anything. And look, I covered up my planet. A balloon tail. Oh, makes it, yeah, that's true. Out of this world, and he's, I mean, floating. Sorry, I kicked my camera, y'all. Okay, let me pop him up because nothing else on this card has any dimension on it. So let's put him on just a little bit of thin foam tape. I'm not going to do anything crazy here. Simon, you can still, he said up, up, and away. But I drew it, so I don't think I get a vote. You always get a vote. You totally always get a vote. I think that makes it special. I think it's really cool that you're here hanging out, to be honest. I really appreciate that you're here. It's kind of nice to have like a direct feedback and to, I don't know, interact in that kind of way. It's probably weird for you, like seeing somebody make something with something that you created. It's probably really super cool. Oh, should be doing math. Well, at least I am more entertaining than math. I don't particularly like math. At least I have something going for me that I could be a little more entertaining than math. I'll take it. Crafty Moms Play Video Games. Yes. That would be so fun. Yes, Simon, math is the thumbs down. I don't like math at all. And I never did. When I was in school, that was my least favorite. Okay, do you guys think he should be at an angle? I'm going to kind of just lightly put him there. Okay, do you like him at an angle like that? That's kind of fun. Or do you like him more straight up and down? You're playing Overwatch? Ashley, I love you so much. Do you know what game I've been playing? I've been playing this game called Don't Starve. This I don't know why I'm so obsessed with it, but I am. I love that game. Okay, there he is, kind of floating off into space. All right, so there's that. And then let's go ahead and put on some sort of embellishments. I don't know what yet. You guys know how I love my, she totally is at Tiffany. Right? Ashley, don't you have kids? I said that, and then I'm like, I'm pretty sure she does. Ashley, you've played Don't Starve. I see. We were meant to be friends. All of us. This is meant to be. That is so cool. Okay, so here's my magical box of goodies. I have this one and then I have one other one, but I think I want to stick with this one if it has my silver sequins in it. I think I have silver sequins somewhere. There's like some champagne ones here. Hold on. Where are my silver ones? You know I have some. Oh, here's some. All right, so these are from Pretty Pink Posh. Apparently, I just never opened them because I'm a hoarder. Hold on. Oh. Okay, I thought I had some smaller ones too, but I guess I only have these ones right now. Oh my gosh, Rachel. I feel ya, girl. Luckily, we are not dealing with teething right now because my little one is, I think he has all of his teeth. Look at me, I'm a bad mom. I don't even know how many teeth he has. All right, let's get that out of the way. Let's put a couple little sequins on here. Fill up the space just a touch. Oh, look how cute. That's going to add the perfect amount of shine without being behind this strip on an angle. What? I was hoping the rocket was bigger. Oh, that could be. Actually, I have that set right here somewhere. Hold on one sec. But it's pretty small too. Is it this one that you're talking about from Brutus Monroe? No, a crafter with unopened supplies. Blasphemy! It's not very big either. I don't know. We need larger rockets. Okay, so I just got this Lawn Fawn glue tube pen thing, so I'm going to use that. Hopefully. There we go. My Gina K Connect glue is pretty much out. It still has a little bit of juice left in it, but not a whole lot. So I got this one from Lawn Fawn to try because it was kind of the same concept, and the store I was ordering from at the time didn't happen to have the Gina K Connect glue in stock. All right, you guys, look at it. All right, do we want to add glossy accents to the front of the helmet, or are we going to leave it as is? You guys tell me what you think, and then we'll make the final decision on the last bit of the card. Leave it as is, or put glossy accents over his face so it looks like he's in a glass. Okay, we're gonna have to vote. Taking this opportunity to take a drink because my throat was really dry. Bubble with glossy accents would be cool. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, maybe just his nose. That would be cute. Okay, leave it. Hold on, glossy accents. Glossy accents. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of glossy accent. Glossy always. Okay, we'll try it. Hopefully I don't ruin my card. I can at least take a still shot of this video after the fact if I ruin it at this point. That would be a bummer. All right, so I've got this giant tube of glossy accents. Let's test it. I've learned my lesson. Let's test it on a piece of scrap paper first because it's usually clogged. So I usually have to find something to poke it out with. I got a pin around here somewhere. Oh, it's stuck between my lamp. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, you guys. Okay, I've got this little pin that I always keep at my desk because this poor little bottle of Glossy Accents is clogged every single time I use it. And I don't know what the deal is, if I'm not expelling the air properly or something. Do you guys have tips on this? Anything that you guys do to keep your Glossy Accents flowing and not getting clogged? Because mine is always clogged. Oh, you keep a needle inside of it. That's interesting. I can't even get the top off. Maybe we won't use Glossy Accents, you guys. I can't even get it off. I can't get the top off. And it's like slowly coming up the tube. So there must be... I don't want to have what happened with my Nuvo drops happen again. You guys know I am dangerous with a pressurized bottle of craft supplies. So I'm trying not to press too hard because I'd rather not have Glossy Accents all over me like I did that bottle of Nuvo drops. Because that was rough. I actually, my poor shirt, I actually had to throw it away because I couldn't get the stains out from the Nuvo drops. You guys, I can't get it out. Oh, I got it. Okay, it's finally working. Okay, there we go. Whew. I just got new oxy. Oh, it turned yellow. I don't know if mine might be yellow. I don't know. It does kind of look yellow in there. Oh, diamond glaze. I don't know. I tried to take the tip off, but I couldn't get it off. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed I don't, destroy this. I'm going to start on the outside and just go around the outer edge. And my hand's, really shaky right now for some reason. If it's not perfect, that's okay, but I want to try to get it as close to that edge as possible. Alright, so I start along the outer edge. This is going to be a ton of Glossy Accents, you guys. But that's okay. And it's going to take 8 years to dry, so we're probably not going to be able to see through him anytime soon. So I'm kind of just going in and in and in, sort of in a circle like this. And I'm not taking too much care to touch all of the edges together, but I will go back with my pin and sort of fill in the blank areas and just sort of swirl them around. You don't have to use too much of your Glossy Accents because you would use up the entire container on this little section here. But see, you can just sort of drag the tip of the needle or whatever you have through them, through the Glossy Accents, and it sort of spreads it around, which is cool. I do play games on both console and PC. I have not played a ton on the PC lately. I mean, on the console lately, because my kids are around. And so the only games I get to play on a console are games like Viva Pinata, which is still a cool game, or stuff like that. But honestly, I kind of prefer PC gaming anyway. I used to do a lot on my consoles, but not anymore. I don't even have any of the newest gaming systems. The newest that I have is the Xbox 360. I never even got an Xbox One. Yes, Viva Pinata. I do use Steam. Yes. Yep, I use it all the time. No one ever knows what I'm talking about when I talk about Steam. But yeah, I totally use it. Yep. And Discord too. So when I play Pokemon Go, my community has a Discord, which is, yeah, we need to be friends. That's true. So we have a Discord group for my people in the city that I live in that we all go out and play Pokemon Go together. It's really cool. It's actually how I know my friend who streams over on Twitch. He's really super nice, and he's going to help me actually try to figure out my multi-stream thing tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, so I'm not going to move it around too much because I don't want to ruin it, but there is our little dog, and he is under the Glossy Accents. We're going to have to wait a good long little while for him to dry, but I think that that is so cute. I think that that was a good addition, you guys. And then it does look a little cloudy right now, but don't worry, when it dries, it will be clear. So it won't look weird. It looks a little cloudy and kind of bizarre right now, but look how stinking cute he is. A piece of clear acetate to hold over it. To hold over what? The Glossy Accents? Is that a late message? I'm wondering if that was a message from earlier, maybe. I think he's super cute, you guys. I am so excited. There, let me move him out of the glare. Okay, cool. Well, I have stolen your time for 2 hours and 10 minutes already tonight, so I won't keep you. Although, I really kind of feel like I want to just hang out with all of you guys. And that's probably why I end up streaming so long, because I just want to chat with you guys all night. So maybe this will be a really cool thing on Twitch if I do. You guys. Okay, so I created this Twitch account, right? And I'm going to start multi-streaming. So I'm going to be streaming on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. And then what if, for those nerdy people in here who love to play video games, maybe we can, I can stream playing video games on the nights that I'm not streaming craft making. Maybe my nerdy friends will come hang out with me on those nights too. And you can see me play Don't Starve. That might be kind of cool. And then I could be a variety streamer. Ooh. That could be really, really fun. I think that would be awesome. Okay, so that is really all I have for tonight since I've been on for so long. However, the next time I stream, I'll probably be using the same line because I'm obsessed. So let's just kind of lay out a couple of the things that we have made so far. I'm going to try to be careful with my special card that we made tonight because I don't want to ruin it. I'm going to actually put it up on top. So we made this cool background. I made this card. We've made a couple other cards and backgrounds that we can show off. We did this background tonight with the kind of the water resist. We've got our dude card. We've got our cool watercolor background with just the Simon inks. We've got a stamped background with the, my gosh, I forgot the name of it already. Simon, help! Because I put them in the wrong container. Okay, painted lines, flower. I keep wanting to say flower garden, but I don't, that's right. Simon, what is it called? Oh, Flower Garden. It is called Flower Garden. Okay, Flower Garden stamp set. Good Lord. This one is with painted lines. This card uses the ink blending. Yeah. And then the stamps, the letter stamps from Space Training. See that we've got Love You to the Moon and back. I did like a resist. And this cool background that we made tonight. Look at all this cool stuff, you guys. Look how varied and awesome of creations you can make with this line. And I haven't even scratched the surface yet of all of the things that you can do with this stuff, all of the different kinds of projects. This is super cool, you guys. I haven't even used all of the stuff that I bought yet. I am so excited. Okay, so next time I stream, I will probably be using the same stuff and using some more of the stencils, doing some more with the background stamps, and then using the stamp set that we haven't really used yet, which is Trampoline Friends. So I haven't used this one at all yet. So I'm excited to use this one next time too and make some really cool cards. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and keeping me company while I crafted and made cards. I can't wait to share these with you guys on social media once they're dry, and I can take some cool photographs with them. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Seriously, it means the world to me, you guys. And I love you all to pieces. I will see you guys again really super soon. Hit me up on my Facebook page if you want to chat or share your projects with me. And then we'll talk again really soon. I love you guys all so much. Mwah. Hugs and love. The dog set, it's through it's the space training. Here we go. So the dog came with space training. I hope you can see this. The glare is a little bit bad. So the doggy's down there at the bottom. Yay! Yes, Glossy Accents does self-level. If you find that you have any sort of like bubbles or anything, you can pop them with the little needle or something like that and like pull up, and they will usually go away, but I think they're kind of cute. I don't really mind them. Okay, I will talk to you guys all again really soon. Love you.